Hey guys, welcome back to my studio. Today I am in the holiday mood. I tell you, I don't know why, but I decided I was going to make some Christmas cards. And so I got some templates. I saw these on Pinterest, and they are like string art or um, punch art. I'm not really sure what it's called exactly. Some call them embroidery art. So I got some of these designs, and I will link them below for where I got them. Okay, so I'm not really going to talk about that part because I will link it. So I thought we would go through what I made and try to match these up with what I made here so that you guys can see these. But then as I was making these, I came up with a better idea to make this into a tag that's more neutral, and I can use it in my journals instead of for just Christmas. So, okay, so we'll start with this little one here. Actually, I'll pick these up and start with the big ones. Let's start with them. Okay, so we'll start one at a time. I'm going to grab this one over. Um, so this one, let me see which one this is. I think it's this one. I'm going to try and lay these off to the side here so that I'm better organized. Hang on one second, okay? Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take this off so I can show you what this is. So this was the guide for this, to make this string art. I changed it up a little bit. So I printed the first one here, and you can see I punched through all the holes. So you can see all the holes to match, because it comes with that. But then to me that was too confusing, and I didn't like all the holes. So I went and printed it again and only punched some of the holes. That's the beauty of these templates, is you can mix and match them. You don't have to go with the exact holes here. So I created this one and I put beads on it. Now you can add a dab of glue so that your beads don't slide, but as I discovered with my husband, he was playing with this card. He actually enjoyed moving the beads around. So I thought, well, whoever gets this card for Christmas may like to play with the beads as well. So I'm not going to glue them down. I'm just going to leave them like this so you can play with them. They slide, they move all over the place. They're just kind of fun to play with. So I'm going to just leave that one. Okay, so this, like I said, you can print out what you need as you need it. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, so this one is, let me pull it off there. Sorry. This card right here. It's kind of hard to see it here, but this is what it would come, if you follow the instructions exactly, this is what it would look like when you're done. So here's the punch card. And what I did was I just lay that up like that and punch it. You'll see that when I go to make my tag. So I just put this on the inside. It says, God bless, let it snow. So that one's ready to go. Let me move along here. Okay, now this one I changed up a bit. This one actually, the template doesn't look like that. The template looks like this. Okay, with all these arrows. So it was actually supposed to be a whole bunch of triangle patterns right here going all the way up. But I decided I wanted to do this ribbon look with the beads. So I used the template. I just used, maybe you can see it on the back easier. I just used the outer holes. And then I ran my ribbon through with the bead. And I did keep the star at the top though. So I did keep the star. So yeah, that's one way you can just customize it to meet your needs. Yeah, so that's card ready to go. I'm gonna moving along to the small ones. Now the small ones you can see here, I got it from Crafting Cheerfully, but like I said, I'll link it below so you can find it. This one came with 6 design patterns. I didn't do all 6. I only did a few of these. But let's see, number 1. I should have put these in order. Let's see, 1. Okay, I'll just grab them as I get to them, I guess. Okay, so this is number 1, and by the time I got to these small ones, these are 3 by 3. Folded out would be 6 by 3, and then folded in half is how I made these. And by the time I got to these is when I decided, hey, these would be awesome in my journals. So my color palette changed just slightly, but still okay. And here is the template for design 1. See, you can see how it's punched out. And then on this one, I decided to alternate the colors. And so on this one, I put a smile happens in a flash, but its memory can last a lifetime. And then I just put these little wildflowers over here on this side. Yeah, so that one's number 1. Now, number 2, I didn't do the design, but this is what it would look like. And this is the pattern in the back. Number 3, I also did not do. This one is so versatile, though. You can just skip all of the holes in the middle and just do the 3, the one at the top and one on each end, and then the one at the very bottom. And probably keep this one right here for the trunk of the tree. So it'd be like a triangle with these two. And then just run your string that way. You wouldn't have to, this one's designed to put French knots in, but you don't have to. Okay, now number 4 I did do. So number 4's pattern looks like this with the holes. And again, I alternated my colors, and it kind of, the blue I think kind of made it look more like an umbrella, but it still kind of came out cute. And I just put Happy Holidays on the side. So it's still cute. And see, next one is number 5. I also did number 5. Oops, I almost thought I put that upside down. Hopefully you guys can see these. I'm not sure where I'm at on the camera here. So number 5 came out looking like this. As you can see, that's the same. I just followed the pattern exactly on this one. Number 6, also I followed the pattern, but I did not like how the trunk, it said to put the trunk in first, and I didn't exactly put the trunk in correctly. And I would almost put the trunk in put the trunk, whenever you're doing the trunk on number 6 here, put the brown in through each one of the holes each one of these holes. So go put it through here, and then also put it through there, and also put it through there. So that's what I would do. I would put it through all those holes. Instead, I just ran it from the bottom to the top, and it's a little wonky. So that's going to be my word for the day, wonky. I don't know. Okay, so let's get started. I decided I am going to do number 4 design. So I need to leave that out, actually. So let me grab that. There it is, number 4, which looks like that. So I'll leave that out as a reference for later. I shouldn't need the pattern card, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. Let me grab, there it is. Okay, so here I've already created 2 tags. Okay, I just cut them out and in a tag shape, and I added the reinforcer. And on this one, that's all I did to this one. On this one, I went ahead and added some, well, let's see, I'll go through the steps. I stamped it with black archival ink. Then I took some gesso and rolled the gesso up. And then I decided to add some crushed olive and brushed corduroy spray stain to the gesso, and mixed that up, and then rolled that over it. And then I took some of the brushed corduroy and I just put it on the edges and sprayed it with water and then dried it. And I did that. And then I kind of did that several times in different ways. And then at the end, I added some peeled paint, is what this green is actually peeled paint. And did the same thing, just going around the edges with it to create this. So, and when I'm all done, I'm going to glue these back to back. So I'm going to set that off to the side. Excuse me. So I use this. It's just a piece of packaging. This all this is just some foam to make sure it doesn't go through my desk. And I have an awl, just this little You can see it's cracked. It's just a cheap awl I got off of Amazon. Nothing fancy. So I'm going to just kind of line this up, make sure that my point here is lined up with there, but otherwise it doesn't really matter. It helps that my card is it's 3 inches wide, the same as this. So that way I can just stick this straight onto the edge, just line it up, and it should, wherever, height-wise, wherever I want it, and it should be exactly in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to punch like this. Just going to punch through these. There we go, just like that. And then I have my holes. You can see them on the back, probably easier. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab my string. I'm going to start with the, I don't know what this is or where I got it from, but it's kind of, it's cotton, but it's called mercerized cotton. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's a little rougher. It's not like embroidery thread is smooth. This has a texture to it that I really like, and it's thick weight, so I like that too. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a little piece and then get it my needle thread. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to start right here. Oh, I forgot to move the mat. I'm just going to move that so hopefully you guys can see it better. I'm just going to start in the back and push it in the bottom. And I'm just going to tape this down. This is not the best for me to do tape, but it works okay and it's quick and easy. And then I'm just going to go straight up, just like that. I'm only going to do one. I could do, if you're using lighter weight thread, you could actually do that multiple times if you want. There we go. All right. So this is what it looks like now. Now I'm going to switch to this green. As on this card, I use multiple colors, but this time I'm just going to use the one color. So let's see. Oh, better just go with 3 strands, just to make sure I have enough. I mean, not 3 strands, 3 lengths. 3 lengths. Okay, so I got it all threaded. And I'm just going to start over here. I'm just going to come in. If you notice, some of my cards, I'll show them to you again at the end, but some of them were numbered and labeled like 1, and then they use the alphabet to label them so that the hole, so you know exactly which hole to go down into, and that was more helpful than just these small ones that just don't have any. I've had to kind of figure it out on my own. Okay, so I started there. I don't know why I started there. I'm going to jump over here. See, that's what I mean. I can go anywhere on this one because, oops, I'm all tangled. Sorry, let me get it back. Here we go. Because there's no number, so kind of feel freer to just jump around if I want to. And I do want to, so I'm going to. Now, I could have added beads to this one as well. Every time you come up, you add a bead, and then you go down, and then that way you can add as many beads as you want. On a couple of mine, I just added the 1 bead though. But this one, I'm trying not to make it look too Christmassy, so that's why I'm just adding, I'm not adding anything fancy to it. So are you guys all ready for Christmas shopping? Oh my goodness, I can't even. I've been trying to think about it because I want to shop early this year. Usually we don't even start shopping until December, but this year I want to start early. I want to have a plan in place and not have it sneak up on me so unexpectedly. I don't know. I also need to plan a big family dinner for this weekend. My sister's coming in for a visit, so that'll be really nice. Looks like I'm going to run out of string. I'm going to have to add some more. No problem. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tie this off and add some more string to it real quick. Apparently I should have went 4 strands. So I'm going to make it 2 this time just to make sure I have enough. Okay, threaded, re-threaded. I don't think it matters where I start, so I'm just going to start right here at the bottom. And tape that off this time. Okay, and we'll just restart again. So yeah, my sister's coming in for a visit, and so we moved the monthly family dinner that from last month, October, to this weekend since she was coming in. So we never actually had family dinner in October. We actually missed it for September as well, so I'm kind of disappointed in that I actually went 2 months without family dinners. But so this weekend we're gonna have everybody come over, and it'll be nice. We'll enjoy it. Okay, and the last one. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tie this off. And try not to make it too bulky since I already tied off one. Just like that. Okay, we'll set that aside. Okay, so now you can see the difference in the two and what the look is. Kind of like it. I do kind of like that. All right, now we're going to go ahead and add it to the back of our thing. Oh, I got to give a shout out to Sandra over at Blossom and Inspire. She did a glue experiment, and she put her Fabri-Tac. She actually did it with her art glitter glue as well. She put her Fabri-Tac in one of these glue bottles. This one's, and so I decided I needed to try it because I could not squeeze out my Fabri-Tac anymore. It just wouldn't come out. So yeah, so I decided to try this, and I gotta tell her too. I haven't even been able to respond to anything, but I need to go and leave a comment for her that this is working beautifully. Look at that. I mean, I do still have a little bit of strings, but nothing big at all. And look at this glue. I'm barely squeezing. I just love this. And this is Fabri-Tac, and normally I don't know if you guys have that issue, but I have the issue that I have to sit there and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze to get it to come out. And this way, it's just, yeah. She's wonderful. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Okay, now I'm just going to put this on right here. Now, if you wanted to, you should probably sew it before you add it to that. That way you have a more complete, solid back piece. Move it out of the way. It's casting a shadow over my work. Okay. Like that, I'm just going to grab, I think this is vintage photo. So I'm just going to grab some vintage photo here and go around the edges. Actually, I have another one. Hang on a minute. Let me grab. Okay, I'm just going to grab some scorched timber and go around the edges with it. Could have used forest moss, but I think scorched timber, it's a new pad. Yeah, I like this darker look. There we go. Just kind of, sorry, I have to really build up the ink on these. Okay. Okay, there we go. I like that a lot. And I'm just going to add, oops, I got that off center just slightly. I'm going to add a little piece of ribbon to it. So let me grab some ribbon. Okay, I couldn't find ribbon, but I did find some lace. So lace pieces anyhow. So I'm not sure which one, so I just grabbed them both. Kind of like, this one's already the right size, so I think I'll just use this one. I think it's the right size. Because my hole didn't line up. Okay, I'll just push those through. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that one's all done. And as you can see, it went from kind of a Christmassy look to, well, I guess it's still Christmassy look, but it's more of a grungy kind of tag. So on the back is just plain. So I'll do that with the scorched timber all the way around, just to highlight the writing space in the back, make it look like it all goes together, just like that. So that, yeah, so you can put that in your journal. How cool is that? So it went from cute Christmas cards to a journal tag. Okay, let me just show you real quick again the cards. I wanted to show you the difference. Let me just grab something. Okay, let me show you this one versus this pattern. Okay, so like here, design 4, see, you can see it has the holes, but it doesn't have any numbers. Whereas this one, hopefully you guys can see the guide. So this one tells you the stitch guide on this. So it would go 1 to N, and then you go across to M on the back side, and then come back up to 2. And it has instructions right here that you can follow. But you can easily make these templates on your own. I mean, you can make them any pattern, stars, hearts. And if you go on Pinterest, I'm telling you, there was a ton of these stitching tutorials or stitching patterns. I think that's what they're called, stitching patterns. And yeah, I just, and also string art. String art also has templates. So there's a lot of names for this same thing, I guess. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of them, and you can create your own templates out of anything that you can draw. So you can also take your die cuts. That's another good thing. If you have die cuts, you can trace around your die cut onto a piece of cardstock or something, and then you can just punch around it and it becomes your template. I mean, that's all this is, really. Somebody created a tree and then punched holes. So, yeah. So anyways, I'll link this below, guys. I will link it. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you for watching how I transformed this stitching guide into something that we would use in our journals. So I hope you guys are having a blessed day.